The West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination, WASSCE, has begun today, July 20, 2020. It commences amid concerns about health protocols in place to ensure containment of the spread of the novel coronavirus disease. A total of 313,837 SHS finalists are sitting the exam today across Ghana. The timetable, which was submitted to the Ministry of Education, indicates the examination will begin today with project work for visual arts candidates, while the theory papers will start from the 3rd of August 2020 until the 5th of September 2020, where the examination will be brought to an end with principles of cost accounting and technical drawing. Let's take you to the timetable briefly. We will bring you that, but in all, some 60 subjects made up of 4 core and 56 elective subjects have been made available to the candidates. It will last for a period of 5 weeks. Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo has been wishing all candidates well. Here's a tweet from his Twitter handle that will be on your screen shortly. Right, so there you have it on the screen. I send best wishes to the 313,837 final year senior high school students who will, from Monday 20th July, take the West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination. Every Ghanaian acknowledges that education is the key to the future of our country. We therefore must do everything possible, even in the midst of a pandemic, to guarantee the prospects of our youth, protect their potential, and thereby help preserve our collective future. Just as this has been done over the course of the last 4 weeks since they returned to school, I continue to urge everyone associated with the conduct of this year's WASSCE to abide by the enhanced hygiene, mask wearing, and social distancing protocols they have become accustomed to. So that's the President's message to all students and staff of senior high schools. Now, Ms. Agnes Tay Kujo is the head of public affairs at WAEC, and she's joined us live. Now, Ms. Tay Kujo, we understand that today's paper is a practical visual arts exam. How is it being carried out today?
Yes. No. Today's paper is mainly for the candidates who are offering visual art. So it's a visual art project work that is being done by about 5,380 candidates. What they are started with today is what we call the idea development or planning for the actual project work. So the questions were given to them about 2 weeks ago. So today they are planning for the project work that would take place from tomorrow. So
right.
We have some candidates who are offering basketry, jewelry, leather work, sculpture, and all that. So today they are sketching and planning the execution of the actual project work.
So this is supervised work in classrooms?
Yes, we have itinerant examiners who are the various examination centers who are supervising these candidates.
So have you visited any of these centers today?
Yes, we were next door, Accra High, and there at that center we had a total number of 44 candidates, 45 candidates for this paper with 2 absentees. At the Accra High, we were working on leather work and sculpture. Right.
For those students who may test positive, and this is not limited to COVID, to today's paper, for those students who may test positive for COVID-19, but they are candidates for WASSCE, what happens to them?
Well, unfortunately, any candidate who positive and is on isolation or cannot take any of the papers would have to take advantage of the next edition of the examination, that is in November. You know, we have a policy, an already existing policy, that we don't administer examinations at hospitals. So if for one reason or the other, a candidate is unable to write a paper at all, you know, then the candidate will have to take advantage of the next edition of the examination. However, if you have a candidate who comes to the examination hall and takes, let's say, English paper 2, which is a modern paper, and then maybe the candidate develops some illness or sickness and cannot write the new paper, we can put in place the clemency protocols that we have.
Right.
But if it's unable to take a paper at all for one day or a number of days, would have advantage of the edition of the examination.
Thank you, Mr. Kujo. How many of these 375,000 students are beneficiaries of the free SHS program?
Okay, we have 313,838 candidates who are from public schools. So it means that these 313,838 candidates are beneficiaries of the free senior high school. And we have the 61,000 plus candidates from private.
Right. And you are in the organization that organizes exams every year. This is an increase on the previous year?
Yes. We have an increase in last year's figure.
By how many?
I'll quickly get to last year's.
Right, because the information we had, Mr. Kujo, if you're able to confirm this, is that the increase over last year's figure was merely 3%, which represents a natural population growth progression. Can you confirm that?
I don't have the last year's figure where I am now. But there has definitely been an increase, but I don't have the...
Okay, but you're unable to say by how much? Right. Thank you very much, Ms. Agnes.
Not here exactly, right.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Agnes Kujo. Head of Public Affairs at the West Africa Senior Schools, the West African Examination Council. Now, in a related development, the Ashanti Regional Minister has been making unannounced visits to some centers. He has been querying school authorities about the lack of COVID-19 preventive protocols, in some instances, some hand-washing items. Meanwhile, in many of the schools visited, exams are in session under strict social distancing protocols. Love FM's Erastus Asari Donko joins live with more. Erastus, tell us more about those COVID preventive protocols lacking at the centers you visited and what the minister has been saying or doing.
So we have been to many schools. We've been to St. Louis Senior High, KNUST Senior High. We've been to Prempeh College. We've been to Yasantua Girls. Now we are at Pokuare Senior High School. And in all these places, we find Veronica buckets filled with water, but then there are no tissues available for the children to wipe their hands. In some instances, you find a small bar of soap there, and which is very scanty for the children to use in washing their hands. And the regional minister was not so happy with that. And then with the sanitizers, in all the centers we went, they were supposed to display them on their tables and constantly use them, but then they were hidden in their bags, which were placed outside. So he asked them to allow the students to pick their sanitizers and place them back on the table. Now, let me say that in Ashanti region, the total number of candidates we have is 375,737. And this is an increase of 29,639, representing 8.6% over the 2019 figure of 346,098. And so currently, we are at Opoku Senior High School, where we found the same challenges, and he asked that they bring the items for the children to use.
Erastus, thank you so much for those updates from the Ashanti region. And let me just inform you that the National Democratic Congress, NDC, is organizing a news conference